Chairman, as everyone is well aware, Forum for Democracy consistently and always advocates for ending the war against Russia and instead focusing on peaceful negotiations. And I realize that Forum for Democracy stands alone in this position and that all other parties only want to send more weapons and more ammunition in that direction, indeed. Of course, we can certainly have various opinions, but I can't help but feel that indeed many parties in this House have actually come to their positions based on incomplete information with a certain degree of certainty. And in a way, that's not even so strange, because only one side of the story is highlighted in the media. Russian media are notably banned in the European Union. All the experts invited here in the House of Representatives come from the same pro-NATO stronghold. When Zelensky gives a speech, it is extensively covered. He even had the opportunity to take the stage here in the House of Representatives. Meanwhile, when Putin tells his side of the story or gives a speech, not a word of it is broadcast. And the fact that Forum for Democracy also takes Russia's perspective seriously does not make us a mouthpiece for the Kremlin, as is often said, but it makes us the only party that informs itself from all sides, checks all the facts, and independently arrives at a well-considered position. I will zoom in on a number of various different aspects of that portrayal, which I believe are very factually and demonstrably indeed incorrect. Firstly, the notion that Putin attacked the sovereign and independent nation of Ukraine and its people out of pure aggression with the intention of wanting to conquer the entire country and then, once successful, push further to dominate the rest of Europe and ultimately beyond. Putin himself indicates that his military operation is aimed at ensuring the security of Russia. And when you consider that NATO, which was originally established to defeat Russia, has expanded significantly further and further over the past decades, right up to the Russian border, even against the agreements made, it is unmistakably clear that Russia sees this as a very real threat and certainly wants to neutralize that threat, without a doubt. And if you consider that the residents of the Donbas region, who are ethnic Russians, have been severely threatened and even killed by the Ukrainian army since 2014, there have already been many thousands of civilian casualties. Then it is also very understandable that Russia wants to protect these people and prevent a humanitarian catastrophe. And then there's the threat to the Netherlands that supposedly comes from Russia. If there were indications that Russia aims to conquer other European countries, of course, we should take that threat seriously. I just don't see at all what these claims about the threat are based on. No documents, no statements from Russian government officials, no behaviors, no shred of evidence whatsoever indicating that Russia has that ambition. Absolutely no shred of evidence. And besides, we see numerous various different kinds of improper interests involved in this conflict. The military-industrial establishment that benefits from war and profits immensely from it, earning billions. NATO, which derives its entire raison d'etre from war. Western political leaders who benefit from such an external enemy image to promote national unity and also to draw more power and control over their own population. Huge economic interests, control over energy supplies and so on, such as and other factors. I must therefore conclude that it is evident that the Netherlands does not benefit from this war at all. In fact, we are facing enormous security risks. Due to Dutch involvement, the Netherlands could become a legitimate target for military actions. And the risks of a broader war in Europe, including the possible use of nuclear weapons, are indeed very real and extremely threatening. In fact, it is absolutely, completely irresponsible to ignore these dangers and continue on the path of escalation. And that is why I urge the Prime Minister once again, and furthermore. Now, at that EU summit, start advocating for Dutch interests. Start pushing for peace negotiations. Russia is open to it. They have already made numerous attempts to seek diplomatic solutions. But from the EU and NATO, there is only a relentless push for more war and continuous escalation. In any case, FVD will continue to strive for a future of peace and dialogue, understanding and harmony, instead of war and hostility. For a safe and stable world for future generations, regardless of the resistance, Even if you find it extremist, this is my stance and you will have to deal with it. Thank you.